thank you for still sticking around. If you did stick around, otherwise, it's gonna be worth it. So make sure you guys keep watching. All right, where did we? I don't know exactly where we left off. I know we're talking about how you don't like being called an influencer, or you didn't used to.
Oh, like my boyfriend
would introduce. Oh yeah, they're your family. Yeah,
no, my family is like. Surprisingly, like my siblings and like my mom and my dad are very supportive of what I do now. In the beginning, they were kind of like, girl, you dropped out of college for this. I'm like, I didn't necessarily drop out of college for this. I took a break and then just decided not to come back. And this just somehow ended up being my life.
Yeah.
But my like extended family, which I don't speak to actually, very, very like on the judgmental side when it comes to like social media.
Like they think you should have like a regular 9 to 5.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'd be miserable doing this. Yeah.
Have you ever had a regular job, or like even when you were in high school or something? Or
God, I've been working
your first
since
job?
I was like 17. Oh, okay. I used to work, LA County Fair, the one in Pomona. I used to work. My first job that I ever had was at the LA County Fair. I worked in this little like strawberries and like sweets stand. It was called Terry's Berries. It's like where you get all the candy apples with like caramel and all that stuff. I would literally and like the chocolate covered strawberries. I worked there, and I was I ran like the cash register. I would run like the apples. They'd be like
make them and stuff, or no?
No, I never made them because I like
were they pre-made?
No, they were so secretive about it too. Like I'd be like, what kind of caramel y'all using? They would take off the labels from the like containers so we wouldn't be able to see what kind of caramel they were using. I know, but I give it to them because their fruits were so good. Like their caramel, you probably had one if you ever went to the fair. They were always close.
Are they still there?
Yes, they're always at
They're
every
like,
fair.
We miss you. Come back.
Oh, I loved my bosses.
They're like, you're the best.
You give me free apples.
Free
apples for life.
Did you ever eat them while you were working, or like take some home?
We weren't allowed to, but at the end of the night, if like there was extras and like they would charge us like 25 cents, 50 cents for like an apple, but because they would, they just throw everything out that they don't use.
Like we need that 25 cents. Why don't you go ahead and run that?
And I would bring some to like my family because they would always like, bring me some apples. I'd be like, okay.
What was your job after that?
I'm trying to think. Oh, I worked at an eyelash studio. I was front desk, and that was a very interesting job. I lasted 1 month. So I did like 2 weeks of training, and then the next 2 weeks I worked there, but I hated it. The girls, for some reason, I don't know what it was. I was already like 19 when I was working there because I worked at Terry's Berries for like, I don't know, like 3 consecutive summers.
Well, that's good though.
And then
I mean, like Terry, see, they're doing something right. Any other youngins want to work there, you guys should,
Berries.
because she liked it. Yeah,
strawberries, almost strawberries. Yeah, I mean, like, and then like my last recent job was at the gym. I worked at a private training facility, and I pretty much was like an assistant to like the director. I pretty much ran that place.
You're like, I own the gym.
No,
this is Morelia's gym.
My gym. No, they taught me so much. Like they were probably one of my favorite jobs that I had ever been to. I feel like if it wasn't for the bosses that I had, I probably wouldn't have stayed as long as I did, because I started working there back in like 2018, somewhere around there, and I lasted up until the pandemic started. So I was with them for a really, really long time.
Oh, yeah.
But it was insane because like I actually really liked it. I was super into fitness during that time, and then like my bosses just taught me everything that I know, like marketing wise. So it was pretty cool.
And when did you notice your social media or your Instagram started growing, and how did it start growing? Like how did that part take off for you?
So I was working at the gym or whatever. I always kind of had like a little bit of a following on social media.
High school or
maybe like in college, I kind of started posting more.
Okay.
But when I was working that like gym job, I don't even know how it happened, but I was on Twitter and I was like scrolling through my feed, whatever. Laura's Boutique had actually posted like a tweet saying like, sorry, they're like, we're looking for models. And I was like, I've never modeled in my life, but what's like the worst that can happen? They say no to me. And I kind of just like jokingly tweeted out to them like, hey, like me, I'm down. And they like messaged me right away. And I remember I was like jumping on the bed and I was
you guys were together already?
Yeah. I was like, babe, babe, they just messaged me. I was like so excited, and he was like, what? Like he had no idea what I was talking about. And then I kind of like showed him whatever. And I remember like Laura was the one that was actually DMing me, and she was like, can you come in and do like a like casting type of like little photo shoot like in a couple days. And I was working at my gym job, and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna need the day off, girl, because I have something that I need to do. So anyways, my Instagram literally just blew up from working with Laura's boutique because I guess like the pandemic started or whatever, and then they started posting me and tagging me and stuff. And then I kid you not, within like a span of like 2 days, I went from having like 7K to like 27K in like 2 days after her posting me. And I was like, oh, that was really fast.
Yeah.
That was really, really, really fast. So it kind of just happened like out of nowhere. And I wasn't really planning on doing anything with it. And then I started noticing like, oh, like people actually like seeing my posts. So I started getting into it. And he actually helped me a lot.
Does he take your pics sometimes or all the time?
All the time, yeah. He takes all of my pictures. Yay! Unless like I'm by myself, I'm over here with my little tripod, just like walking around looking all dumb. But no, he takes all of my pictures, and he does a pretty good job. He actually kind of got me out of my comfort zone because I was like so shy in front of the camera. Even when I was working at LB, like as the model, you would think like, oh, she's probably confident in front of the camera. I'm like, no, I was
they
so
say you take
shy.
your best pics when the person you love is behind the camera.
I'm not gonna.
There you have it. See, that's why.
Don't blow his head.
That's where you get that. That's where you get that sexy, those sexy eyes from.
Yeah,
Because you're
exactly.
staring
That
at
little
Anthony.
sparkle in your eye.
time.
Like, come on.
I was looking at Anthony the entire time. That's why.
So, do you still model for them?
Yeah, I still do.
Are you allowed to, if like model for other, or is there like a contract, like where you can't like model for other people, or you can?
No, I'm okay. Like I feel like it's pretty open. I feel like in the beginning I was like scared.
Yeah.
But no, like I've had conversations with them, and like the mom, she's like, yeah, she's like, do we gotta do, girl?
Okay.
Make dash money.
Because I know I've talked to some girls who are influencers, and when they've had contracts drawn up with like someone, and they said that they cannot shout out any other brand, do shoots for anything else. So that's why I was just curious if that was the case.
Yeah. No, I feel
seems
like
kind of crazy to tell someone like you can't do anything else.
But I feel like they've always kind of been like my number one priority, because I feel like if now I'm working with more brands, but if they request me, I'm like, okay, well, everyone else is cut off because they're like my main priority. I guess they're like they're like my, what is it? Yeah.
Bread and butter? I don't know. The main.
Yeah, like they're like the main.
Steak and potatoes.
Well, because like I literally like have grown up with them, so like you know, it's just been, I guess they're my little primary
Main piece.
of me.
And that's the side piece.
I can't even find
The other
like,
side
worst
pieces want me. I'm fine, but when the main piece wants me, you're all cut off.
I gotta go home. Yeah.
So for future people or people that are listening, what are some tips if they want future collabs? Like, what should they just try to reach out like when there's open casting calls, or should they try to build up their Instagram? What do you think?
Okay, so I feel like building your Instagram is very, very important, especially if you want to get into the modeling industry right now. I feel like it's like your open portfolio. I don't know if you ever saw like America's Next Top Model, like back in the day, they would
get into them.
Yeah, they would walk around with their little portfolios, and they would show up to photo shoots, and they'd be like, here are my photos. Well, you have to think of Instagram as like your actual portfolio. You're like, these are my pictures. This is how I shoot my photos. This is what I look like. My engagement is this and that. But I feel like it's really important to build like a really strong like base on IG, especially if you want to get into like pretty much like what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And collaborations are a lot easier than people think.
Yeah.
Mine actually, my first collab, I literally just remember messaging somebody, and I was like, hey, do you guys want to collab? And they messaged me back, and they were like, yeah, sure. I feel like it's that easy, but it does take a lot of work. And I feel like people think it's super easy in the beginning, and it is when you're doing, you know, everything like post for product, and you're just free stuff. It's cool when you're getting free stuff from brands that you love, but then you're like, you know what? This is taking up all of my time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need.
And I'm like good at this. Let me just start charging for this. But it's always hard because I feel like it's one of those things where you're constantly having to prove your worth to like these companies, and they're like, well, why do you deserve to be paid compared to these other girls? Yeah. You know? So
Yeah, because there's other girls that'll just do it for free.
Yeah.
But,
And if you won't do it for free, somebody else will.
Yeah.
So
But that's where you just set your bar, that's where I'm at. And if you don't want to pay me, then fine.
Yeah.
No.
And he wants to start modeling.
Like
Clothing
modeling,
brand.
or
No,
like
no clothing. What's that called? Like commercial.
oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah,
I mean, but he could do like if it went there runway because he has the height.
yeah.
But yeah, he wants to. That's also good.
Definitely build your IG. That's what we're
that's-
doing right now.
Yeah, it's important.
I'm all shout out to Anthony. He like just recently started doing collabs and stuff, like and actually taking IG serious. So
That's what he has to do. Take it serious.
he's been taking a little bit of my tips.
That's good.
That's
Like
my
literally
tips.
all I learned.
I'm over
All
here,
I
like,
learned
because they
from
got
him.
it, but they
manager.
just have to take it serious. You
Yeah.
know, like
I'm like his manager in the corner, like looking at emails, and I'm like,
I've been
respond
taking
like
it
this.
serious for maybe like a month, and with her helping me, well, like, and I like got pictures and like kind of just
See?
I
The
pick her
audacity,
brain,
just wait.
because I was like, yo, like I see her getting free stuff, all these boxes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go and buy like some like athletic stuff. Dude, I
I
ended up
have
getting
not
like
bought clothes
5
in a year.
collabs, like big brands, and like, dude, and then she told me like I guess the male market, right, is like
The male
It-
market
there's
is
like
The,
huge.
no-
the
It's not-
female market is overly
Yeah.
saturated
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Instagram,
yeah.
and they don't have enough men doing it because
That
men
part.
don't feel
Yeah, they're
comfortable.
like, oh,
this is
yeah,
the
I
time
want
right now
to
for them
model.
dude,
to
and
infiltrate.
We're good looking.
Literally.
Might as well, bro.
Yeah.
That's what might as well
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
And
might
you
as
guys are
well.
tall. I feel like
Yeah.
that's the main thing is they want tall. Like they
Yeah.
could both model for Fashion Nova type of thing.
This is exactly what I said. Exactly what I was saying.
Because it's true. Because dudes, like, I've never thought about modeling. Like, I'm like, nah, I don't want to, like.
But do you ever think
take
about it, like,
pictures.
in having conversations with, like, your guy friends? Like, would you ever, like, sit there and casually just be like, yeah, like, I do social media?
Yeah.
You feel like you would get dogged by your
He
friends,
feels- I think
right?
it's like, yeah,
I
he
want
feels-
to be on there, like, yeah, I'm a
Like he's
I'm
almost
I'm
an
Instagram
Instagram
influencer.
model.
Like I think
you know,
it's like they feel embarrassed to
Yeah.
like do that when.
yeah, but like, you
I'm like,
know,
it won't be
hey, if it paid
embarrassing
the-
when
if it
they're the
paid
one working
bills,
regular
though,
jobs and you're getting paid for
If
modeling.
it paid the bills, who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like if it was
exactly.
paying good, who cares?
And even when my mom was like dating recently, this guy that models for Fashion Nova, and he's not even good looking. I was
Yeah.
like, oh god. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's you're in there.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, you never really know. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm like, we just gotta get them comfortable. So you'll take his pictures and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like in the first couple, like, takes when we were shooting, he was like, I don't know how to pose.
know what to
I'm
do.
like, "What?" I'm like, hold up. Because, like, he would always tell me when we were taking pictures in the beginning. Now I'm, like, super comfortable in front of the camera and I'm just, like, throwing random poses out. But in the beginning, when I first started IG, I would just kind of stand there. Very, like, e-commerce vibes. Like,
Oh
Just
yeah.
very,
Which
like,
sometimes some
posed.
people, one of my girlfriends say they want just like.
yeah. But I figured, like, a lot of the times
Yeah.
people don't like that. And they're like,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not interesting.
Oh,
and
not
I,
for your Instagram
Yeah,
post.
for Instagram,
yeah,
it's different.
It is different, yeah.
And he would tell me, he's like, why don't you just, like, put like, one foot on the
Yeah.
table? Like, telling me how to pose. And I'm
He's
just
like,
like,
flick off the camera.
yeah, he was like, why don't you do something like this? And, like, you know, like, pop. And I'm like, okay. And then when it came to him, his first time, like, actually shooting with me, he was like, how do I pose? And I'm like, no que no.
Well,
I
'cause
thought,
it's easy
I'm
for-
like, I
it's
thought you
easy
que
to,
sabías
like, say
todo.
what a girl should do, but when like a
Girls,
guy, it's like, what the
bro,
fuck do I do? Like,
exactly.
He always
Because,
says
like-
like he's like as a guy we know what we want to see from a girl posting.
yeah, of course.
Oh, I see.
Of
I've never
course.
thought of it that way.
That's
Yeah,
what he
'cause,
always
like,
says.
well, it's like
Okay.
if like we know what looks good for as on the male
Yeah.
side of things.
Like, appealing to the,
Yeah, so
What is it,
like
the male
yeah.
gaze?
and like her 90-something% of her followers are men.
I'm like somewhere around that same range.
No. But I also saw
That's insane.
I've
That's
actually
insane.
seen a
so
lot
it's
of
like you got to give the people what they want. You have 97%. You want more likes than
Realistically,
do
most of
something
the
that
time,
guys
women
want.
on Instagram, unless they're very, very like known for their like fashion,
Something,
like
yeah.
just very, very fashion, or they're like on YouTube, you're gonna have a very,
I was
very
just about to bring
high
that
like
up.
male demographic, and it's really hard because like you post, you're like, okay, let me just post this little fashion pic, and then you just have men,
Yeah.
and you're like, how did this end
Yeah.
up on
Yeah.
this end when I was trying to come into like the women's
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
you know? So it's hard, but I get it because I struggled for a little bit
Yeah.
too, where I was like, I had like 2% women. I was like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
did it get like this?
yeah.
yeah,
But
and that's what
I
because she
saw
was
another of like a couple female influencers post on their story and they were like actually like very strictly kind of fashion and they're like they kind of made a post to be like, well, people who like if you're gonna ask for a collab and you want to see like like the men women like that are following me, just know that basically everyone who's a woman is always, for the most part, like you said, it's very rare. They're mostly gonna have men, and there is more men on Instagram. They said like
Yeah.
that type of thing. So it's just like you can't always judge off of that. And then he has like how many % women?
it's like 60.
It's
But also
Yeah.
because they're men, so I'm like it's just kind of different usually.
Well, that's what's
I
weird
don't
is
know.
because like you'll see all these girls, they all have makeup lines and they all have Shit, but it's like, dude, you should be making like deodorant or like men's
Oh, he
underwear or
thinks
something,
that-
because you have 97% men.
Yeah, well, I
Like
get
they'll
that.
buy that shit
Yeah,
as opposed to 3% of your followers that are girls.
Well, that's what OnlyFans is
It's
for.
like
for
make
those
a
other
make a
girls.
cologne, make a like a
Yeah, like sell to the male
a men's-
demographic. Yeah.
soap or
But I
something
think
like.
we also shouldn't give up on like because I want to start like a workout clothing line. So I'm still not gonna just
Yes.
stop that because all
No,
these men want
yeah,
me.
no.
Yeah.
Of course,
Well,
not, of course
I
not.
was always thinking about it because I did have this conversation with one of my friends. She does like she runs like her own marketing company, and she was talking about it because I was telling her, I was like, I think it's a little unfair when brands
Yeah.
will ask me to work with them, and then they'll be like, okay, let's do a collaboration. I say, okay, that's fine, but this is my going rate. This is what I'm going to charge
Yeah.
you for that. And they're fine. They're fine with like whatever, like me saying I have a rate. And then as soon as I give them my rate, they're like, okay, but we need to see your men to women ratio first. And I'm like, why does that matter?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's more important that like, okay, I can sell to both men and women. Why does it matter if it's mostly women? And the worst part is most of the time, I don't want to say this specific brand, but they're a lingerie company.
Yeah.
And they request like more women, right? But
Yeah.
their demographic is mostly men because who's consuming all of the images
Yeah,
that they're
of course.
posting?
Yeah, and
on
then also
Instagram?
they'll buy for whoever, like the girls' lingerie and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have a point on that one. Okay, so there's a difference because I've been in the industry over like
Yeah.
21 years, and especially social media is like 15 plus years. Is men are they might have a higher amount of men following because it's girls in lingerie. They're not purchasing.
Yep.
The people who purchase, who give the engagement, are the women who are buying it for
course.
themselves. So that's why they're asking you
Yeah.
for certain things, because same thing, like my page was at 6 million.
Yeah.
So if, a girl hit me up and was like, hey, like I want to pay you, to post on my front page for 24 hours, $6,000
Yeah.
for my eyelash line, and I have 3% women,
Yeah.
I tell her, like, at the end of the day, like, obviously you're new to it. You can ask me for my insights, right? Because at the end of the day, like, I want to know who's your target
exactly.
audience,
Yeah.
who's your highest engagement. So makeup artists, they're going to have women buy makeup, not men. They're not going to go on there to put like men's underwear
Yeah.
versus on my page. That's when I'm just like, oh, okay. So at the end of the day, like I wouldn't even want to take her money.
Yeah.
Cause like she's not going to make any money
she's
off
gonna,
of it.
She's gonna feel
Yeah.
like
So when
she's
it
That's
comes
also
to-
really fair.
So when it comes to lingerie, men are there to watch the titties and ass. They're not there to buy.
Yeah.
That's why they're asking the women.
Now,
Where
if a-
the
now if
we
like,
buy it.
Yeah.
If a cologne
buy
company
it.
gave you their stuff and was like, if my man was wearing this, I swear I'd
Yes,
be
like, I
on
might
him
wear
all night.
lingerie for
You know
him.
how many
Yeah.
guys off your Instagram would actually buy?
Right.
Like,
Or you know what does really
So
good
why don't
too?
you start selling female products then?
Yep.
Mr. I have
London-
60% women. Why don't you put that money where your mouth is?
London's
The fuck?
eyelashes.
my new
Start,
woman, my,
London's gonna
London's-
start London's
London's
lingerie.
lashes,
Yeah,
London's
that's actually a
lingerie.
really good name. Trademark
my
that
new
right
life
now.
coaching for women, London. Shut
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
What did you say? London's
London's
lingerie.
lingerie.
Trademark that.
LL, the LL line.
Oh shit!
I feel like that would do
That's
so
crazy.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what does good too on my page too is if you I had somebody who had that ebook, like how to get the woman in your dreams.
yeah.
This guy was making crazy money. And I had the guy that was telling me like how to fill your balls up with the big load pills. Like these people were making money off of my
But you
audience.
can't even post that now on Instagram.
No, I can't
at all.
anymore.
Yeah.
But those things like, dating things or, like how to pick up on a woman, those would do well on my page because it's, I'm half naked. So yeah, that's the only people they're watching. They're only
Yeah.
interested
And
in,
they want- yeah.
there's one intention for them. They're not there because they're trying to learn quantum physics.
So what are your tips? Because you said that you did build up your women following again, right? A bit.
Slowly, it's coming up.
Oh wait, what were you gonna say something?
No, I said, you know what's crazy that I really like in the fitness, I mean in the fashion industry. You ever seen those girls that look like, in the sense, dressed like Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
Where it's like all that drip.
Yeah.
I
I've
don't
seen.
know how Billie Eilish dresses.
It's more like
Can we
Street
compare
style.
to someone else?
You know what I'm talking about?
It's like
It's like street style.
grunge. Like she'll have baggy pants. She's not even showing her body. She'll have
Yeah.
like baggy pants and
Oh,
like
okay.
her little nails and like her.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
got it. I got
choker.
I
it.
got like multiple guy friends, and I see sometimes because like the only girls I follow on my Instagram, besides her, are all like like the drip fashion
Yeah,
girls.
yeah.
baggy
Oh, like
sweats,
real
yeah.
fashion,
Like
fashion.
real
like-
fashion.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like-
not even in lingerie at all. They're,
Yeah, and I got
they're
like all
No, I
always-
think like street, like very
Street fashion.
street,
Streetwear.
urban.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the words.
like I
yeah.
think that they always get like, and when I look at their engagement and their comments,
It's
the guys are
crazy.
like,
Girls
oh,
or
that's a sick
men
fit
or
Yeah.
No, the
both?
girls.
Whoa,
So like,
Yeah.
there's this girl that I follow on IG. I'm like obsessed.
What's her name? I might.
Her name's I don't even. It's spelled like BLV, like black dope. It's called black dope.
I've
But
seen the name before.
so she's mostly like drip fits, very street style. Like
Yeah.
her style is incredible. Ways I wish I would dress, but I know I could never like realistically pull it off because I don't have her like aesthetic physique. Yeah, she's like a tall, super thin,
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
And I like look at her engagement and it's like insane. Like it's like through the roof, but she has a lot of like male following and a lot of girl followings. And like I feel like I see comments on my Instagram and like I see the comments from the men on my IG and it's like mostly them just trying to hit on me. And then I look at hers and it's like guys like hyping her, like he's like
damn.
sick ass shoes.
Yeah.
I
like
wish my girl would dress like this.
I
something
know.
like that,
So
like
do you
that.
think it's
That's the
Literally.
comments that you see in there.
so do you think it just takes like a matter of like rebranding, or is it like what do you think it? I guess I don't know. Is that like for you to build up? Like, do you want like more of like the guys not being so thirsty and more like what she gets?
yeah, I
or-
feel like that would be super cool to have.
So what do you think that takes like a rebranding almost
Yeah.
slowly,
Does
like
she-
mixing
is
in?
she also into girls though?
No.
No, she's straight.
He's like,
I don't
is
think-
she a
Because
dyke?
like if you like look at like who's like one like
I don't
Kaylani.
even think it
Like
matters if
Kaylani,
you're-
how she like is she's into girls, so she has a lot of girl following too. Like from like
But I also
the,
think too, like a lot of girls sometimes follow women on IG for not just like, oh, because I'm gonna follow her. It's more like, oh, well, I love the way that she dresses, like
Yeah,
inspiration.
That's what
Yeah.
I do. All the
I-
girls I follow, all of
Yeah.
them,
I'm
everything.
like, she's creative as
Positive
fuck.
too,
Yeah,
and
she's like, it's just kind of like inspiration to just kind of like, oh, well, like I'm gonna take pictures like this because this looks dope as fuck. But I mean,
makes sense.
so wait, so you
Also,
but
too-
you did build up your women following
it's
again,
coming
right?
up slowly. We're
Was,
like
it, was it just like being more like fashionista with your posts? Is that what it
You know,
what
it's-
was it?
posting reels,
Oh,
girl, posting reels.
And that's all my mom does only.
Is,
Yeah, the
isn't
reels
it
gives
so
you a whole
crazy
different audience.
how the engagement just changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just screenshot it the other day because I've been trying to tell my daughter, everybody.
I started.
Yeah,
I have two.
I've been
or
trying to
three.
tell everybody that has businesses.
Post reels.
Like these reels, like it's insane. Like so, the other
'Cause
day
of
I was
TikTok.
on
And
the
my
back
TikTok
end
They're trying to-
is
they're trying to-
okay.
they're
of
trying
my
to-
analytics, and my reels was like 80%, and my photos were like 30, 40, and I was like, even though the likes was higher, the
Yeah.
engagement though how they were pushing the reels was literally that I was like, why would I ever post a photo ever again in my life?
Yeah, Instagram
Yeah,
is
that's
pushing
literally it,
reels
what-
a lot right now.
Videos.
So if you're trying
of
to
TikTok.
grow your like Instagram right now, posting reels is gonna be like your safest bet, especially if you're trying to push it to like a certain demographic. So like if you really, really want to get into fashion, posting like hauls, try-ons, like how to style, like type of stuff
That's
like
so
that.
good.
That's how you get your stuff pushed more into that, because then you find yourself like in the women's category, because now they're like I do that all the time, like, oh, I don't know what to wear today, let me just go on like
Yeah.
IG or TikTok, how to style a leather jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's literally just videos like that, and then they get pushed more
And then
compared
there's
to
this one TikTok girl. Are you on TikTok? Like,
I
do you
love
There's this
TikTok.
one TikTok girl, and she's always like, I have to go on lunch today. She's like, so help me pick an outfit.
I know
You know which
exactly
one?
who you're talking
she's
about.
like Asian, and she's like, or no. Oh, there's a lot of them that do it though.
I'm
Or
all-
she seems Filipina or something.
I'm thinking of the really, really tall one. Her name starts with an S.
Oh no, but I know everybody does these though, and I think
Yeah.
I love them. And she's like, are we feeling this first one? She's like, I don't know. And she's
Oh,
like,
I'm
"Let me
thinking of
search it."
Suede. I'm thinking of Suede. That's her
I
name.
know her.
She's like, I'll see you later, bye, and she like walks
Oh,
out. But she's
shoot.
like, what are we feeling today? Dior bag or the Jacquemus bag?
Is she kind of Asian or no? She looks
She
like
looks
she could
like
be.
she looks
okay,
like she
I
could
think I'm
be.
thinking of
she's
the same
really,
one.
really, really tall and like super thin. Like she's super, super thin.
So.
She has like a laid back, like preppy girl, like little vibe to her.
Oh, I think the one that I follow is more like 2000s Y2K styling.
Oh, then I don't even know.
But what you were saying about the reviews is that his friend, what does he work for? Shane, or he was saying,
He works for like a digital marketing company.
and he was saying like he was telling us when we went to back home for him to visit, he was like reviews, like people want to watch like that. We were like,
He just
oh,
said because that's always people. He's like you'll get engagement from
Because like
3
we
years
watch
from now.
it, don't we? Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I always think to myself, I'm like, if I was gonna post something or if I was gonna watch something, what would I want to be watching?
Or like I got a PR box today. Let me
Yeah.
try on what I got
Because
for you.
people love. I don't know
Yeah.
if you remember, like back when YouTube was like super.
Remember Dulce Candy or something like that?
I think I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. But do you remember like the "What's in My Bag" videos? Or was I the only one? Those videos always did super well, and even if you look them up now, they still do super well because people just want to know.
Yeah.
Like
They're
they're just
nosy,
curious.
yeah.
Like people are just so curious about the stuff that you do, especially if you're like doing influencing. They're like, "Why fuck with her style? Let me see what she got from this brand," and then
Yeah,
you put them
that's it.
onto like brands like that. And I don't know. I just feel like if you really, really want to get into IG right now, Reels is the way to go. Yeah.
And then I feel like our men too can really become influencers too. Like I'm trying to get him into it, but he always kind of like he's open to it now as opposed to he was shut off. But like I feel like I don't know. You know how at first I guess you're not so comfortable with it.
Yeah,
And he just feels, and then he also too, like he said, like guys, like their friends will like they'll reply to his stories or something. Like when he first started doing my podcast, his friends would be like, "Oh, all of a sudden he's like, oh, you're a podcast talk host or whatever." But I'm like, that's what you know why they're talking to you because you're doing something. Like
Yeah.
they're hating, but like,
Yeah.
but that's why guys are gonna talk shit.
I think that's the thing with guys.
No, literally, I'm like, you're mad because he's doing something good.
Yeah.
Like this is, yeah, but
It's mostly what is it like projecting insecurities,
thank you.
like things you wish you could do but you're too like
Yeah.
shy or
Yeah.
you're too like embarrassed to do them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what it is, to be honest.
Here we go. We gotta get you guys.
Gotta break those barriers. Gotta break
What's
Yeah.
your
those
content with Anthony? You guys,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it-
we'll have content there. We got
Little
So you guys
hype.
would do like outfit TikToks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know, like the different little this and that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Yeah, we'll
told-
be recording TikTok dances.
Wait, that
know.
can go good. So
They
many
do
guys
so-
go viral on that.
I'm all. Are we gonna
Yeah,
sit here and pretend like
they
Noah
do.
Beck
I
didn't literally
swear, yes.
create an entire platform
the
off of
fact-
just being himself?
Seriously though,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like you. It's you guys are in there. You already have us to lead.
Yeah, we got them to lead the way, so we're good. We're in good hands.
Like,
You just do
we're
it.
like everyone put their hands in. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you guys gotta follow each other after this.
Yeah,
too.
I'll definitely.
All right. So what's next for you, and then we'll get on to the game, and then we're done.
Oh.
So what's next for you? What do you want to work on, or what's coming up? Anything any projects coming up?
I'm like, okay, so I have a couple things that I'm doing right now that I'm like
Yay.
really excited about. A couple
Yeah.
other brands that I'm starting to work with, like in the modeling industry.
Mm-hmm.
I do have something that I'm like attempting to work on for the future within like the next year or two. I don't want to talk about it because mal de ojo, but it's like my own.
Is it beauty related? Or we
It's
can't even
like-
say.
It's like in between.
Okay.
In between.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out like everything because I do want to start working on it, like, and just secure my little spot with it.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've always been wanting to do, and it's really in my niche, I guess. So
that's
it's
good.
something that I already like love, and I feel like I could spice it up a little
You're
more.
like, add a
you
little
know.
bit of spice.
Yeah, add a little bit of spice to it. But I'm excited.
That's
Hopefully
dope. Okay, so we can
hopefully-
expect a surprise.
within the next. It
Year?
sounds so long, but like within like a year or two.
Yay. Okay, so everyone just know, expect something coming up. Abe, tag her in again, and we're gonna do the game real quick. But so make sure you follow her, like, support, comment. Make sure you give a thumbs up on this video, and we're gonna wrap it up with this song word game. I made up the name to it, but
I need to
So
like
pretty much, we'll read a word, and you got to think of a song.
and then sing it. Y'all
that
want me
has
to
that word
sing? You
in
guys are
it.
crazy. I should
or
have took a
like
shot.
or rap. It could be a rap.
Could be a
I
rap
am not
too.
rapping. I am not allowing him.
I'm
He
not
begs
rapping.
me to rap like every single
Freestyle.
He's like, just
Says that's the
freestyle it.
freestyle.
Because he jokingly does it all the time, but he's like good
That's
at
a guy
it.
thing. Oh, him.
He just puts beats from like SoundCloud. He's like, He's like, come on,
this
baby,
is it,
freestyle.
right?
I'm like,
I know
you're
that,
not
but
getting shit out of me.
I'm convinced that every guy's very much alike more than they know, because the same time and we'll be in the car and like a song will come on and like I'm trying to listen to the song and he's rapping over the song and I'm like, and I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I'm like, can I
Girl,
listen to the song? And then I'm like, can I hear the song though, babe?
Me, I'm like, oh my gosh, this song is so good. Who sings it? He's like, I don't know, Kid Cudi. I'm like, yeah, let him sing. I'm like,
That's cool.
I'm like, well, let him sing it.
I've never done that one. Aw.
Messed up.
My favorite
He's
one.
a
He's
Cancer, so he'll be in a bad mood with me the rest of the day if I try to do that. So.
First.
I guess give her the first word.
Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
Why am I nervous?
I know, I'm nervous too.
All right. Friend.
You got a friend.
Toy Story.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jasmine.
Oh shit, I suck. Okay.
Promise.
Oh shoot. I mean, I know Sierra has a song called "Promise."
Okay. Well, can you
Doesn't
sing it?
count.
Can you sing the song? Can you use it in a sentence? No. Okay.
No.
Well, we'll go ahead and mark
Damn,
that as a
okay,
loss.
I lost. You got one. I don't know. Okay, go.
1 point down.
Let me do for you.
Wait,
Hate.
Did he look at the list?
Well, I guess.
Were you looking at the list?
Should we have?
Well, I
should
was-
we have? Should we have?
Yeah,
He has
well,
like
you
every
know?
song. He's like, I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay, pass it to Abel, and then cross it off,
Nah, no cheating around here.
and then cross it off when you read it.
Y'all got me singing.
Okay.
Hated to love it, underdogs
Oh, yeah,
on
he can
top.
say it.
And I'm gonna shine on it until my heart stop.
Oh, it's his turn. So you
It's London's turn.
say it for him.
I just did
You
mine.
ready, bro?
Yeah. No,
Yeah, yeah.
different one now.
All right.
Hate.
Hated to love it, underdogs on top.
fuck?
And I'm
Hearing
gonna
you.
shine on me until my heart
He
stops.
sucks. Okay. So you guys both got. So now it's Morelia again. Oh, we didn't. You can write it. Write it.
Imaginary
Write
points.
it. It's somewhere.
We'll go
B M
Put
J
one
L.
for Jasmine because she didn't get it. So whoever doesn't get it, just mark it like that because I think we'll get more than we don't.
Can you do the scoreboard there?
And whoever has the least tallies wins.
Okay,
All right, baby, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm just kidding.
Breathe.
I don't really know. I got period.
Oh no. Okay. Ah, shit.
good.
You guys are good.
All right, ready? Jazz, you ready?
Not really.
Girl.
Why can't I do this? Okay. Candy girl,
Oh.
you are my world.
Oh, that's a new edition. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wow, that was hard. Okay.
All
That's
right.
good. New edition.
Cry.
Oh man,
I got one.
I'm gonna cry.
No cheating. No, make it. He makes up his own songs too.
And sometimes it makes me wanna cry.
What song is that?
Ooh, ooh,
You just made it
ooh.
up right
No, it's
now.
never the right time to say goodbye. But I gotta make the first move, cause if I don't, you're gonna stop.
Hating me.
Yeah.
Thank
oh,
you.
okay. Crying. But where's the
And he said,
crying?
and sometimes it makes me
I
wanna
don't remember
cry.
that part from that
I
song.
don't even know what song we're singing.
Yes, that Chris Brown.
All right.
Thank you,
Oh, it's
bro. I feel pretty well about my back, man.
Well, okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm nervous.
All
Morelia.
right. Shake.
Shake that.
Sunday Paul. Sunday Paul.
I don't even know the
Is that like
lyrics.
the Eminem one, like shake that ass for me?
Oh no, I thought you
Oh,
were
that's
doing.
a that's a
That's a
good
good
one.
one, too. That's a good
Yeah,
one, too.
Oh, I
no,
thought
it
that's
was
what
But
like
were you doing
singing.
Sean Paul?
yeah.
Oh,
Shake
Shake
that.
thing, Miss.
The first thing that I
Tell me
thought
about
of, those old Jack in the Box commercials with like the cow where he would be like, shake that,
Oh,
shake
shit.
that milkshake.
Oh,
Okay, those are like
those are
my
classic.
favorite commercials ever.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let me see. Hold on.
I'm the slowest at this. Okay.
We do found.
Oh shit. I don't
Just see in the background.
Amazing Grace.
Well, you're giving it to me.
Well, you haven't got one yet.
I got one.
I
The
didn't-
cat
that's a
new
hard
edition.
one.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I don't know. Do you guys know what we found?
I'm like trying to think, but I feel like I blanked out.
once
Not an Amazing Grace.
was
Another one.
lost.
Wait, I was just.
I thought of the fray.
Oh yeah, you found me.
I-
You're lying on the
Oh, shit.
floor.
Okay, go Lindy.
All right. Want.
Wait, what?
Want.
Want?
This should have been for
Oh,
me.
I know you want me.
Oh,
won't ya?
Pitbull. Was that the
I
one?
know
Okay.
you want
I'm
me.
thinking Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
That's
I love Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, God, you guys are
Season
good. Why do I
2.
suck at this game?
I'm looking at
You're a cheater! Okay, Morelia.
All right. It's
Fun.
Oh,
Don't snap it.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. That's a song.
Well,
That's
when
a
does it say
song.
fun though?
You have to, it has to say the word.
It has to say the
You
word
have to
again.
keep singing
Okay,
to it.
I just. I don't know. Like that. Dude, there's
Have you
like
thought of
no-
help her out? Help her out. Did you think of one?
Nah, dude, I literally.
Girls just want to have fun.
He's improvising. That's
I
good.
knew she was gonna be like,
That's
F
good.
this.
And we need to get him with one too. We gotta have you do one.
No, this man knows every freaking song.
do one for you.
Babe, I literally that wasn't on the list. Fun, and I was like, I'm just gonna say it because I know she's gonna be like, F this.
But he saw the rest of it already.
It's okay.
All right,
It's
all right.
okay.
Wait, pick.
All right. Dance.
Just dance.
Oh,
He's fast. You know
What the heck?
girl, he knows like every lyric to
I
every
know.
song. He said
Dang, that's crazy.
Okay, so
he's a little
Okay,
monster.
My turn.
right, that's crazy. No, I played Just Dance. We got the Wii. So.
Yeah.
Literally,
Oh
Wait.
yeah.
Oh,
the
shit.
Nintendo Switch.
Just
Oh,
dance.
damn. Okay.
All right. All right, so we got a tie so far.
Yeah, I'm sucking.
All good.
All right,
All
my
right.
turn.
It's for Jazz's question.
It's my question now.
All right, cool. All right, hold.
You really got a hold on me.
You
Really
really
got
got
a
a
hold
hold.
on me.
You really got a hold on.
me.
That's
Okay,
fine.
go ahead.
What song is what song
The
is
oldies,
She's like,
the
that's a
oldies
bop.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like an old.
Want you.
oh, okay,
Need you.
yes.
It's okay.
Now I
Okay, go, babe.
I love you.
And all I
That's all I
want
want
you
to
to
do.
do is just
That's fine.
hold. Okay, go, Lenny, go.
All right. All right. We did them all on the list, so I'll think of a
Okay,
word.
Oh,
okay,
okay, one
Make it work for you.
tiebreaker.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a
It's
tiebreaker.
gonna be a
I
tough
think
one.
so.
Dude.
Oh shit.
Hold on. Whatever.
Oh.
I feel like I know you and I know what you about to say. That's the reason why I said it.
Baby, you can have whatever you like.
Oh, God.
Baby, you can have whatever you like. Yeah, baby, I can treat you so special, so
can do
nice.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Okay, go. I get. Wait. At this point, I guess we could
Wait.
do whichever one thinks of one
Yeah,
song
whoever
first.
thinks of the
Oh,
first
speed
word.
round. Oh,
Okay.
speed round.
Okay,
Ready?
go.
And raise your hand the first. That's how we do it.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, so raise.
Ready? The word
don't
is
cheat.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
You are beautiful.
just
No
want
matter
you.
what you
You're my
say. 'Cause we're-
favorite
Now you
girl.
have to raise your hand, you cheater.
Oh, I heard.
And there's also James Blunt. Beautiful. I can't
That's the
even
one I was trying to sing.
Yeah,
That was all off key.
Okay, next one is it's gonna be an easy one. Okay, you guys. We're gonna pick
Raise your hand, cheater.
love. I think was first.
Love.
No, don't.
Is
No,
a
she raised
loser.
it first.
I thought she was calling me.
No, Linda was.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
she did.
I was the
Never
quickest.
mind,
He was too
never
quick with it.
mind.
And I was in the middle of singing Amy
I feel like he just
Winehouse.
raises it and then thinks after he does.
Love is a losing game.
Oh god, and off key
you
as
sing
fuck too.
I'm low-key kind of glad I didn't do it first because I would have gave you guys my best like Keisha Cole impression right now.
well, let's hear it.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Next one. Go.
I was gonna
ready?
say I will always.
Oh, that's a good
love
one.
Oh, wow.
Santa.
Santa. Oh fuck,
Did
you're
she
right.
have
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Harry Dad. Just get to raise your
I
hand.
know. Okay.
We synchronized.
Go.
Oh,
Yeah, she did it.
Santa baby.
Harry Dad.
Ready?
Don't have
Next one.
Okay, last one.
Vogue.
Vogue.
Vogue. Just no, quiet. We're like Vogue, Vogue, Vogue.
No, we don't know
Vogue.
the song. We don't know the song.
I don't
so
know
a
the
different
song.
word.
You guys don't know the Donna song?
I
No.
was thinking of RuPaul's Vogue,
I don't
but
know.
I do know what song you're talking
I
about.
don't even know what Vogue
I think
means.
that is Madonna's song.
One last word.
I don't even know the definition.
One last word is going to be jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, you.
We got lots of games.
Well, you lost anyway.
I don't know if that's the lyrics.
And I don't think I was right, but
Sorry, I picked all 80 songs, guys.
okay.
That's all I know.
Love the 80s.
That was a good one. That was a
Right.
good one.
So I'm gonna say once again, Morelia won because he just cannot win, and that's the only option here. Thank
She's the
you
winner.
again for having fun with us tonight. Thank
That's
you
what
everybody
this is
for
all
watching.
about. We're just here to have fun.
Thank you, Lundy, for losing the games as always.
I always lose.
Please subscribe, like, comment, and we will see you next Thursday, same time. Bye. Have a good night.
Peace out, y'all.